Hi there chaps, Irish Legend Gaming here, and welcome to a beginner's guide to World of Tanks. Recently I've had a few comments from a few new players on my tactics videos. So for those new to World of Tanks, here's a short, condensed guide on how to start out as a brand new player to this fantastic tanking game. So first then, it is very important to play the tutorials. They will pop up when you first log into the game. It's very important to play just at least the first 2 or 3 tutorials. They teach you how to drive for tanks and not die instantly, and they also teach you to sort of be beneficial to your team so that you can make more credits, have more fun, and, well, not be stupid. Alright, second of all, you need to choose which tech tree to start out on. Now, most people start playing World of Tanks to get themselves the German Tier 7 heavy tank, the Tiger 1. Now, it's not a bad idea to start out playing the German medium tanks, like Panzer 4A, Panzer 2, Panzer 3A, Panzer 4A, and then you can go up into the heavies there if you so choose. They make some good money and are pretty easy to play. But what you really want to do is start by playing some of the British tanks. I know it's surprising, but the British tanks are nice and easy to play. They're not the easiest to play, which is good because if it was easy to play, then you would never be able to begin and play harder tanks. Now, what you really want to do is you don't really want to start by, you keep the medium one, then what you do is you pretty much go up the cruiser line here, up to the Krama. You can get a lot of money and stuff on the way, or you can, if you want to start playing, a sniper mode, you kind of go up the tank chart. Now, they're easy tanks, but they're not, as I said earlier, the easiest to play. The heavies aren't the best. I mean, I love my Churchill 7. Alright, so now, part 3 of this is I'm going to teach you the different types of tanks, right? So, World of Tanks is based around 4 or 5 different classes. The light tanks, which are just this diamond symbol here. They are the scouts. They get higher camo ratings, so you can't be seen as easily, and they're generally faster but lightly armored and don't have as big guns. Medium tanks can also scout, but they don't have as much camouflage and speed, generally, as a light tank. They are 2 diagonal lines in the shape forming a diamond with just one cross in the middle. Now, they generally get bigger guns, and they're better as sort of support tanks, and they support the more heavily armed and slower mediums, or the tank destroyers and heavy tanks. You can generally wolf pack up with some other fast mediums to use your armor and your guns to go around and eliminate threats to your team. Now, there's artillery. No one really likes playing artillery, but in artillery you get a top-down view, a massive gun, but no armor and like little to no speed. And what you can do is you pretty much fire high velocity, high explosive shells across the map to eliminate threats over mountains and such, to assist your team from long range. They're the heavy cannons of the team, but people don't seem to like people who play them, just as a warning. Then there are tank destroyers. Tank destroyers generally can stay in bushes, unless you're like an AT2 and you're the only tier 5 of the game. Then you just drive straight across the field and blast everything away. But tank destroyers sit in a bush, and then they fire out, providing covering fire, and depending on how big your gun is, either rapid fire whittling fire, or just shave off massive amounts of enemy tank's health in one shot. Such as, if we go here to the USSR tech tree, tank destroyers like the ISU-152 and the SU-152. They get really big, like 152mm guns. I don't think I actually get 152s, but they get really big guns that can just shave off massive amounts of health. They, in turn, take longer to reload. Now, when you jump to your first battle, you're probably going to, since you're going to be in a tier 1, unless you've spent a couple $100,000, not a couple $100,000, couple bucks buying like a tier 8 heavy tank or something, which I don't recommend you do. Once you get to like tier 3 or 4 and you kind of get the hang of playing the game, then you can go up here and you can buy these. They're gold. In other words, they cost real money to buy. And they're generally slightly stronger or more rare. And periodically Wargaming, the people who make World of Tanks, will put rare tanks on sale, such as the legendary Panzer II-J, a tier 2 or 3 light tank that has better armor than a KV-1 tier 5 heavy tank. Now, as some extended information here, there are these platoons in the bottom, and what happens is you can join up with your friends and you can go out, you get your own private chat room, but you go out into battles and you're all on the same team together and you go out and you fight together. It's a very strategic sort of way to play the game, and it's also much more fun because you can play with your friends. Now, another thing is you probably want to play the Russians as well as the British here, or the Germans, because the Russians, they get a nice selection of tanks that they're wide varieties. I mean, they've assimilated, like, the Matilda in origin is a British medium tank at tier 4, yeah. But here it's a Matilda 4 and it's tier 5. And it's better because it's gold. And then, see, they've taken a Churchill, they've taken many different types of, like, other nations' tanks, and assimilated themselves, so you can get a wide variety and feel of other nations before actually playing those other nations' tanks. So that's it for today's sort of part 1 of the beginner's guide to World of Tanks. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Email me. My email is in my channel description. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with your friends if they need help. Thank you guys so much. I will see you out on the battlefield. Take care and watch your back.